Jonathan is a lawyer who sells houses. One time, he received a letter from a man called Dracula. He invited him to sign the papers, but he didn't want to go. He told his girlfriend, Nina, and she told him that it would be great business if he has that opportunity. When he arrived, he started asking the inhabitants where the castle was. But then he realized that everyone was talking about vampires, and he remembered the stories about the blood. On the way to the castle, he heard a lot of noises of wolves. When he shows up at Dracula's house, he noticed that he was very white, he seemed strong, and was very cold. Dracula showed him the room and invited to it. Dracula told him that he can walk all across the castle, but do not open the doors that were closed. He also noticed that Dracula has a stinky breath, and also that he was only at the house when it was at night.
In this chapter, Jonathan was in the house, Dracula, and he falls asleep. When he wakes up, he sees three beautiful women, and she tries to kiss it, but it's just a dream. Then Dracula comes to the house and pull apart the three women, and then Dracula's made him to do some letters for his wife, and his wife received that letters, but she's scared about that because it's very strange and short letters. Then Jonathan tried to escape from the Dracula's castle, and he made it, and then come to his wife, and they got married in Budapest, but Jonathan is afraid because he sees Dracula in this town. Arthur came to Jonathan and his wife and said about he lost his wife because he feels so sick and he stay on the bed all day, and Arthur calls Dr. Van Helsing to check this girl, but she has some marks on his neck, and he tried to put some blood on his body because she lost a lot of blood, and the doctor put some white flowers around her, and she felt very, very good at the next day.
Arthur returns home, unaware of the vampire situation. Jonathan and Nina read in the newspaper about the children being attacked by a beautiful woman without care, leaving them pale and weak with the red marks. Jonathan informed Van Helsing, who explains that vampire victims first lose blood and then turn into vampires. To free Lucy, they need to open their coffin, stake her heart, and behead her. Arthur is told the truth about Lucy's transformation into a vampire and Dracula's role. The three men go to the and when they open Lucy's coffin, it's empty. They wait and eventually see Lucy, whose appearance has changed, with glowing red eyes and blood on her lips. She tries to attack Arthur, but Van Helsing stakes her and finally allowing her to rest in peace.
In this chapter, we can see the determination of the group, not only because Van Helsing and his friends realize the power that Dracula's has, they need to know what is going on and what he is hiding. So in order to do this, they decide to go to London to find the papers. The problem is they couldn't find the papers, so Van Helsing asked to Jonathan for more information about Dracula'S, but he couldn't remember anything at all. So what Van Helsing suggests is to hypnotize Jonathan in order to know what information he is hiding. They finally have the power and have the knowledge of Dracula, so they are determined in order to go against the Dracula'S. They know that Dracula has a lot of power, but they also know that he is weak during the day. Now, in this chapter 8, the flight of the vampires, we can see the determination of the group as well. Because even though they want to find out Dracula's and try to beat him, they don't know where he is located. So in this chapter we can see that they have a lot of troubles and they are having a hard time finding Dracula's, but they were able to piece together all the clues in order to find what Dracula's is hiding and in order to also go and beat him. In this final chapter, in the chapter number 9, is the confrontation against Dracula. They have all the knowledge and all the determination in order to beat him. But what happened? The atmosphere is really tense. They were able to find where the castle is, so they are going to there. And in this chapter sets a climatic. Basically, all of the events are joining. We see that in all of the previous chapters, a development of the history. So this is gonna end in this one. So finally, the dragon is taken to Dracula's chest, and finally Dracula's is dead.